Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Jay from TNJ, and welcome back to the Denver Bears franchise. The Bears are down 2-0 here in the NLCS, but we have come back from bigger deficits before. Ramel Coffer will get the ball once again on the mound for a second straight series to possibly bring us back within a series. Last episode, or at least last series in the NLDS, he was the one who brought us back after a great performance versus the Phillies, and now he will get a chance to do that here at home versus the Cubs. As let's see what our offense can do today. Can we keep up with this Chicago Cubs high-powered offense? 1 through 8, they've been very, very good so far in the playoffs. We'll have to definitely keep up with them as we return home here at Coors Field in the night game here. Here is Benito Ozuna to lead off the game versus Cole Stewart, and he will line out to center field. As the Chicago Cubs have a very good defensive team as well. I think that's been very underrated, as here's a ground ball this time, and that is Carlos Correa. Long throw to short. It will be the first 2 batters of the game out, as that brings up Jesse Winker to the plate, who has been struggling, hitting .222 in the playoffs, but he gets a nice pitch on this one. That's driven deep. Welcome back to the series, Jesse Winker. 1-0 off of the swing of Winker, and he makes it a very good start to this game 3, as we'll see if Ramel Coffer can deal here on the mound for us, as now we run into the top of the second here with a nice 1-run lead. Coffer has been tough to hit, but here's an easy ground ball to Keston Hiura, and he just overthrows first base. Look at the throw. I mean, that was just way over the head of Willingham. So now with no outs, there's a guy on second base. That's going to bring up David Bodie, but Coffer does get him to strike out. And that brings up 2 outs in the inning, as that is Cole Stewart at the plate. And that one will be a ground ball to Hiura. This time the throw is on, and it will get us out of this inning. We avoid any damage done off of that error. That brings up Benito Ozuna here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. He starts out the inning with a 2-out single. As now we have a man on first base, and the guy you want up here who's been hitting very, very well in the playoffs, Muhammad Willingham, gets a pitch on the inside half. He drives it deep to center field. Will it carry? But it just dies in the air, barely just making the warning track. In a lot of parks, that probably would have been at the wall. So Coffer pitching pretty well today. Here is a screwball on the outside corner. That will get our man to strike out, as that brings up Rushman to the plate, and that one will be a strike 3, but a drop third strike will allow him to get to first base, as Rushman does get on first here with 2 outs. This inning continues, and that brings up David Bodie to the plate. 2-1 pitch. He hits one hard past second base. That one is hit pretty hard. It goes all the way to the wall in right center. Zion Storm playing in center today. He comes up throwing, but a 1-1 game here as the Cubs tie it up. And that's what happens when you don't execute on plays like the drop third strike. Just block the ball, throw it to first. A run comes across. The inning still continues. Here's another shot off of the left field wall, and that one will be a double here, but a throw to second will get him out at second. But a run does come across as Luke Voigt gets an RBI single on that one, and now it's a 2-1 game. Games can turn on plays like that with the drop third strike, as now the Cubs have the lead. But here is Winker up in the 4th inning. That one will be a ground out to second base, as that brings up Keston Hiura, 0 for 1 so far, and this one is just a chopper up the middle, and a ground ball will get them out of the 4th inning. Coffer is pitching well today, as he gets Seager this time to fly out, this time in foul territory, as Suarez is under this one. 1 out here in the 6th inning, his 80th pitch of the game so far. Ian Happ up to the plate now with 1 out. He hits one hard to the left side. That one gets through the infield past C.J. Abrams, and it will be a man on first base with 1 out. We do get the next batter up, as that brings up Rushman to the plate. Ground ball to Suarez, and he just kind of lollygags. Should have been an easy ground ball to end the inning, and it's going to go down as an E5, as Suarez had an easy one to get out of this inning. David Bodie at the plate, 1 for 2 so far, and he hits a line shot to right center. That one will get all the way to the wall. Zion Storm will have to play this one. 2 will come across the plate, and now 4 runs have come across the plate, as a result of an error of some sort. The error by Suarez right there, and then the drop third strike. It should be 1-0 right now. But instead, the Cubs are up by 3-1. 3 runs, I should say, as we have to go to the bullpen. I hate to pull Ramel Coffer in this situation, but we just have to do it. He was pitching well. None of those runs were earned at all in this game. It brings in Giovanni Gallegos, who does get a ground out, though. We do get out of this 6th inning, but now down by 3 runs. Ian Happ at the plate here in the top of the 7th inning. Still Gallegos on the mound. This one will be a short fly ball, and Winker does not have the speed to get to it, and it gets down, and it will be a single here and a RBI single. 5-1 here for the Cubs, as that brings up Carlos Correa to the plate. I could not remember his name earlier. I don't know why. I just had a brain fart, but we do get him to strike out. The Chicago Cubs add 1 more run as we move on to the 8th inning. Here is Papierski at the plate, who has been swinging a decent bat, but obviously not as good as what we did have with Rafael Marchand. Here is Abrams at the plate here with 1 out here in the 8th inning. That one will do. That one's off of the wall. C.J. Abrams will stand up at second. We have a little bit of work to do as we bring in Jorge Polanco with a pinch hit for the pitcher. Let's see if he can come through. He hits one hard to the right side. That one might get down, but it doesn't. Jahmai Jones gets to it, throws on the third. 2 outs here as the top of the lineup does roll over, as that brings up Benito Ozuna. 1 for 3 in this game. He hits one hard to the right side, but just a chopper to first base as Luke Voigt steps on the bag. As now we move on to the top of the 9th inning. Derek Rodriguez in the pitch, but he gives one up deep to right field. That is gone. A 2-run shot here for Corey Seager. We have not been able to get him out. It was Bryce Harper in the first series in the NLDS. Now it's Seager in this series. The stars for both teams have showed up in their playoffs respectively, and now it's 7-1. It looks like we need a huge comeback here with 2 outs in the 9th inning, as that is a walk here. As that brings up Keston Hiura. He gets a pitch right over the plate. This one's hit well to center field. It will get over the head of the center fielder, Ian Happ, and it will score 1. But we have 5 more runs at least to tie this game up with 2 outs here in the 9th inning. So that brings up Zion Storm. Outside slider. He check swings. The ump says he goes around. It's now a 3-0 deficit here for the Denver Bears. The season is now in jeopardy. And now we have to turn to our ace here in game number 4, at least to just give us a chance. Ramel Coffer pitched a good game. That actually did count as 4 earned runs. I'm surprised at that, I guess basically because he let the runners on base. But to me, that was not his fault at all. I mean, they're going to get on base, but you just got to make the play. Suarez had the ground ball to him, could not field it cleanly. So Severino not at full energy, but gets the start here in game 4 to possibly save the season, as Chicago scores 1 run already in the top of the 1st. But we come back here. Winker gets a 2-run home run in the bottom of the 1st. Then Suarez follows up with the home run. So we take the 3-1 lead after the 1st inning. We have to keep up with this offense. Chicago has shown that they are a very good hitting team. They do get 1 more back in the 3rd. Now a 2-3 game as we get through the 3rd inning, and that one will be another home run for the Cubs. 3-3 here in the 4th inning. We will jump in this game if we need to, but here in the 4th inning, we have a big inning. We score 3 runs. It's now a 6-3 lead. Severino's out of energy at this point. We kind of started him this game with about half energy. He got through about 4 2/3 innings. We have to pull him right there, as now we have a comfortable 3-6 lead. Then we add 2 more. It's 9-3 here in the 5th. But then the Cubs continue to hit the ball well. Bases loaded there, and they do only score 1 run. As now we move on to the 7th inning. At the bottom of the 6th inning, we add some more runs. Actually, the Cubs add some more runs in the top of the 7th. What am I saying? It's now 6-9. Now the bottom half of the inning. Keston Hiura goes deep. So our 3, 4, and 5 hitters all have home runs in this one, as Ozuna comes through with a triple. Willingham comes through with a single. And Winker hits a 2-run blast. His 2nd of the game. 16-6. But Chicago isn't done. They score 5 in the 8th. How about the offense here in game number 4? Rushman to the plate, single. The pitcher hits a single. And now it's a 5-run game. And Jahmai Jones gets a solo home run in the 9th. They score 1. They load up the bases. And then we get the double play. And we end this game 16-13. What a game here. Winker had 2 bombs in this one, 4 RBIs. We needed all of our offense just to win this game. I think that shows how good the Cubs actually are. They were a 100-win team for a reason. And just look at the offense. 16-13, 7-2. They did win 2-1 in game number 2. But then 6-4 in game 1. And in that game 1, I think they had 16 hits in that game. I mean, this is a very good offensive team. I thought the Phillies were good. The Chicago Cubs could be better, to be honest with you. Now, game number 5. And I'm going to give the start to Mike Salucci. He pitched excellent in a relief job a couple of games ago, and I believe in him. A 29-year-old rookie, how about that? His first career start at the MLB level is in game 5 of the NLCS. I mean, this is a big stage, but we'll see if he can get it done. The first batter of the game is Lane Thomas as we try to keep ourselves in this series, and that one will be a blooper to Zach Veen, who gets to start in center field. Zion Storm gets to start at second base. I'm going to make sure our best defensive lineup, I guess, is out onto the field, as here's a ground ball and a double play. Jahmai Jones hits to Zion, and we turn 2, and we get out of that first inning. So Albert Alzolay is the pitcher for the Cubs as he is on deck, and that one will be a walk here for Luke Voigt as that brings up Alzolay to the plate. He lays one down to Willingham. He goes to second. I hate that throw because it's such a long throw, and it could be inaccurate, but it will be an out at second. So that brings up Lane Thomas here. He hits one hard to the left side, and that one will be snagged by Suarez. Nice couple innings here for Salucci. Here is Suarez at the plate now after snagging that one. He does start it out with a single here to right field with no outs. So the middle of our lineup is going to look different today. We're going to have Zach Veen hitting in that 5 spot. He's hitting over 300 here in the playoffs. Anytime we gave him opportunity, he's been hitting the ball well. This one will just be a fly out to center field, though. And it will be 1 out here in this inning. That brings up Max McDowell, who gets to start behind the plate after we saw last game a pass ball kind of opened up the floodgates, at least for the Cubs, and that one will be a fly out to left field. It's still a 0-0 game going into the bottom of the 4th. That brings up Jesse Winker now as he hits one to the right side. That one will knock off of the wall. Jahmai Jones comes up throwing, but it will be a no-out double. As now we have a man in scoring position, one of our first here in this game. As that brings up Veen hitting in that 5 spot, 0 for 1 today, but he gets one over the middle, and he does not miss. That one is a single, and it will score Winker from second base. And look at Veen hustling all the way to second. He gets there. Ian Happ could not make an accurate throw to the bag, and it will be a 1-out double here for Zach Veen. Veen is going to be our future outfielder. Where are we going to play him? I have no idea. That brings up Zion Storm to the plate, but he just watches that one on the inside half. Alzolay has 7 strikeouts on the game as that brings up Max McDowell once again. He hits one hard to third base, but Bodie has that one throwing on the first. It's a 1-0 game here for Denver going into the 5th inning. Here is Salucci. He is dealing so far. That's a strikeout, his 4th strikeout of the game. Lane Thomas up to the plate. He hits a ground ball to Storm, who fields that one, throwing on the first. And we have 2 outs. How about the 29-year-old rookie in his first start? 2 outs here. No run surrendered through 5. Ground ball to Abrams, on to first. And the Bears have the 1-run lead. Maybe this is the type of game that we need, a close game. And now we see Benito Ozuna at the plate here in the 5th inning. He gets a nice pitch and drives it deep. That one is a no-doubt home run to right field. Benito Ozuna has been such a good hitter for us. It's his fielding that definitely lets us down. He doesn't have the greatest arm. He has the speed, but he is just showing off at the plate this series. He does bring us to a 2-0 lead here. Gotta love that swing from Ozuna. It looks so beautiful. And that's a 2-0 lead as that brings up Muhammad Willingham with 2 outs. He watches the outside fastball, bringing it to a 2-1 count. He straightens it up and hits it to right center. That one is going to get to the wall. Willingham has 48 speed. It's not the fastest, but he does make it to second here with a double, forcing the throw to third base. And now we have a chance to score another run with Winker coming to the plate, who's been hitting well versus right-handed pitching. He hits one deep to right field. This one is carrying to the wall. It reaches the bullpen. Home run. Winker's fourth of the playoffs here. 421 off of the bat of Jesse Winker. And let's see if we can hold this lead here in the second half of this game. Winker, really good at hitting versus right-handed. It's his left-handers that he really does struggle versus, but he still hits pretty well versus them. But let's see what Salucci can do down the stretch. Here is Corey Seager hitting phenomenal here in the playoffs. This one's deep over the glove of Zach Veen. We probably should have had the outfield deep on that one. We did not, and it's going to be a triple here. If we would have, I think Veen would have got to that fly ball. Ian Happ at the plate, ground ball up the middle, and Storm will have it throw on to first, but it will be a run across the plate here for Chicago, the first earned run given up by Mike Salucci. 2 outs here in the inning as that brings up Adley Rushman to the plate. Fly ball to shallow center field. Zach Veen giving chase, and he dives. It's caught. How about the defense finally showing up here for the Bears? It's definitely been the monkey on our back the last couple of seasons. It's now a 4-1 lead. CJ Abrams comes to the plate here in the 6th. This one's driven to left center. That one will get down. Abrams with excellent speed at 89 will round second, head to third. He's rounding third also, but he will go back to the bag at third. It will be a triple here for Abrams. As if the throw was offline, I probably would have kept going on that one, but here it comes to the plate. He did not get the start today because he has not been a reliable fielder for us, but he gets a low pitch, and he hits one hard to the left side. That gets past the left fielder as well. Hira will make it to second base. That's another run of insurance here for the Bears in the 6th inning. And Hira is in a contract year. He will need to show up here consistently in order to get a start next game. That brings up Ozuna. Hit down the right field line. His bat continues to do good things here in this series. Another RBI single, as now we are in a controllable lead here, 6-1. As that brings up Willingham now with a man on first base. It will just be a hard grounder. And now we have the 6-1 lead going into the last half of this game. And I think we can get it done. Nick Goody into pitch now, facing Lane Thomas at the leadoff spot with the man on second base. And that will be a hit, but Ozuna, with that weak arm, cannot get the runner going home. And that's the only thing about Ozuna. We need plays like that in the playoffs in order for him to really be a full-time outfielder. And he does really just hit too well to keep him out of the lineup. But you just see his defensive arm is just not that good. So on to the 9th inning. We finally bring in Jordan Hicks. We have not used him at all, really, in the playoffs. Only 2 1/3 inning so far. First batter is going to ground up the middle. CJ Abrams with an excellent play. Great range on that one, 1 out. That brings up David Bodie. Low sinker, strike 3. We are 1 out away from returning to Wrigley Field as that brings up Luke Voigt to the plate here, 3-2 count. This is a fly ball to left field. Will Winker get to it? And he does not. It will drop. And now they have a man on first base. We will have to wait one more batter here to get the last out. Mike Yastrzemski at the plate. Ground ball up the middle. Zion Storm backhand on to second. And that's why you play a good defensive team right there, a good defensive lineup, because Zion Storm got to that ball. If that was here, that was a base hit. And who knows what would have happened after that. We get the 6-2 victory here at home. Our last home game is now we will have to go to Chicago to hopefully come back from a 3-0 deficit. It is now 3-2. As Denver wins this one 6-2. Mike Salucci pitches another great game. How about the rookie? 29 years old, getting his first start here in the NLCS in his career. How about that? Winker goes 2 for 4. He had an excellent game. Benito Ozuna continues to hit the ball well. And now we go to Chicago. Well, I'm not sure who to pitch in this game. We have Luis Severino. We do not have Mike Soroka. We do have Ramel Coffer, which I'm not sure if he will be ready energy-wise to go in that one. I think we might have to save him for a potential Game 7. We'll see. But Luis Severino is good to go. He's not at full energy, but he can at least pitch 4 or 5 good innings. We'll have to see, because we will face Rodon, who we struggled with in game number 1. He is going to bring his A game as we return back to Wrigley. Hit subscribe, hit that like button. Down 3-2. Can the Bears come back? Stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go.
I like getting money, I got time to get it. Target on me, so my car's a tenant. Dancing with the devil, I don't bargain with it. Bobbing in a dash, and the stick is with it. And I hit the 4-5 on the west side. But I'm from the east side, this how we slide. This how we ride, yeah, this how we ride.